Good morning, guys. How y'all doing out there? It's Michonne Carter Fogle and
Eureka Edison, and this is
The Give Back.
The Give Back.
So today, y'all, we have a good topic for you. It's one that's actually really near and dear to our hearts because it's one that we try to practice and keep in rotation. The topic that we're going to tackle today is going to be professionalism. Professionalism is a really broad topic. It's just how to conduct yourself, right? You have to stop and think about the fact that these people, clients, are patrons to your business. When I say that they're patrons to your business, they're patronizing you. They're the reason that your bills are paid. They're the reason why you're walking around with that Louis Vuitton Gucci or your Brahmin bag. They are the reason that you are the stylist that you are.
Hold on, was a shot just thrown?
I'm just saying, you carry Brahmin, I'm Louis, you know. It is what it is. No shots, no shots.
But no, seriously.
But seriously, knowing that the appreciation for your clients are the reason, that's the reason that you are who you are. So with that being said, your clients deserve the best form of you, being the most professional form of you. So professionalism is a huge topic in the salon.
It is. And I'm here to tell y'all help us this honorary. Y'all truly are. It's hard in this industry enough. But then when you have new clients, and when I say new clients, I mean people who come from out of town, because I am on a booking platform that gives people from all walks of life, from everywhere, access to me. Mm-hmm. And the excessive amount of do I need to shampoo my hair before I come that I receive in the messages and the notes is atrocious. I have never, in my 17 years of doing hair, told somebody to shampoo their hair before they come to see me. I don't know if y'all realize how dangerous that is, not only for you, but for your client. And then you guys just literally just go right along with it. I understand we talking about professionalism, but because you guys are telling them to shampoo before they come, how in the world do you know what is going on with that hair without it being wet? That's all it is.
That's sheer laziness.
And why is shampoos a la carte? Why
y'all charging $45 to shampoo somebody's hair
that
on top of a service that you're giving?
Insane.
It makes absolutely no sense to me. And I'm gonna put it right here like this: if you all are telling people to shampoo their own hair at home, and if you are a licensed stylist and still proceeding to do this, you need your license revoked. The first thing that you learn when you take a state board test is sanitation and disinfection. Mm-hmm. You have no clue, no earthly idea if that person even shampooed their hair thoroughly. Do they have a scalp ailment? Like a shampoo is the first step for you doing a scalp analysis.
Yep.
And the hair analysis. You don't know if their hair is fragile, if it's going to break off when you put it in braids.
You don't know, right?
You have no clue.
And let's not make no mistake, because healthy hair starts at the bowl.
Oh my gosh.
But that's another topic, because y'all, a lot of y'all are not practicing healthy hair.
Healthy hair starts at the bowl.
Today's professionalism.
Okay,
Today's professionalism. We're going to bring it back.
So being professional, shampooing their hair, that's the first step, y'all. Like, what are you doing? And then when you get to, let's go before you even get to the shampoo. Let's talk about the people who are not professionally prepared.
Hold on. Before we even get there. Stop letting your clients beat you to the salon. As stylists who are already probably working, it is very uncomfortable to have to tell your client that you are not here.
It's not uncomfortable for me.
It is for me.
I just look at
you. Yeah, because you work on the other side.
No, they be coming through my door.
They do too, though. They come through my door. Because I leave mine locked. Because I know that nobody else should be here, right? Like, if my client is here, let's just say I have a 3-hour retie, right? And I've already been here for an hour. I know that I have no other clients coming for me. It's now, let's just say it's 11 o'clock. Me and my client have been here an hour or so now. And next thing I know, somebody's pulling on the door. I look at them. Half the time, I don't even go to the door.
I don't.
Because I know that I don't have any other clients coming, and there are no other stylists here. Therefore, there should be no one at that door.
And as a general rule of thumb here, if you're not here, your client ain't getting in. So even if they do walk in my door, I'm very nice. Hey, how you doing? Good morning. Who's your appointment with? Oh, yeah, she's not here. You got to go wait in your car. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if I have enough gumption and enough professionalism to get up and meet or beat my clients here, you should be doing the same.
Yeah, that starts there. And I don't think y'all understand that affects your bottom line, right? So, I mean, because it got to think, at some point, we are all on the other end. Because we all get our hair done. At some point, and how frustrated are you when you pull up to that stylist salon and they aren't there? And your first thought is, I've had this appointment for weeks. Right?
Right.
So what makes you think that your client isn't thinking the same thing? And you know how frustrating it is for you. So do you not understand how frustrating it is for them?
But even in the professional realm of that, if you're not going to be on time, do the due diligence of at least letting them know, giving them an option to say whether they want to sit and wait on you or go get some Starbucks.
Yeah, because life happens. And every morning is not going to run as smooth as we would like. We understand sometimes it's wrecks. Sometimes you woke up a little late. Sometimes the kids, you got to get them situated because one of them might have been sick the night before. So life does happen. But in the scope of life, we have these little things right here now that everybody keeps in their hand at all times.
A cellular device.
It is nothing to shoot your client a text and say, hey, I'm running about 15 minutes late. I apologize for the inconvenience. I'll be there shortly.
Keyword. What did you just say? I what? I apologize.
I apologize for the inconvenience.
I apologize.
That's the rule of thumb to de-escalation. People don't understand. Sometimes you have to apologize.
Girl, I'm sorry.
I'm
running a little bit late.
I'm
to the
sorry.
salon.
Yeah.
Did you want me to pick you up some coffee while I'm getting some? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's part of professionalism.
Very much so.
So you're making sure that you beat your clients to the salon, that they don't beat you there. But did you stop to see if this girl's getting a huge color job today, or if she's getting these braids down to the flow? Did you stop to see and make sure that you were adequately prepared
Equipped
for the day?
Do you have all of your material?
Do you? Now, between suite mates, workmates, salon mates, you develop a relationship that is a trustworthy relationship, because she can see that, yeah, there's some days my head is over here and I'm here, and I may need to borrow some things from her. But one thing that she doesn't have to worry about is I'm going to have to continuously need the same thing over and over and over again. And if I do happen to need things, I'll always try to replace them, or I'll try to make sure that maybe she may need to borrow some from me that I may need to go find from her, because we got organizational differences. But I got her back, she got mine, but it's not a consistent thing.
No. And once again, my favorite line is life be lifing, right? So, perfect example. You needed processing caps, right? Yep. But you also had a lot going on within your personal life.
Yep.
So I knew, and even though processing caps, don't get it wrong, they are huge, but it's also a small thing. And I knew that because she had stuff going on in her personal life, and we're not talking about small things going on. She had some huge things going on. Processing caps was the last thing on her mind. Right? So what do? I go pick up processing caps for the both of us, and I say, hey, I got you some processing caps, not because I was tired of her taking mine, but because I realized my friend had some other stuff going on behind the scenes, and it can slip your mind. As somebody who does it herself, things slip your mind. But I felt like she had been borrowing too many processing caps from me, because when I said, hey, I got processing caps, she said, I already got some.
I already got my
And
caps.
guess what? I said, okay, well, I'm going to tuck these away because there's going to be a time
Just in
where
case.
we're going to need processing
Just
caps.
in case.
Again, now we have just a whole extra pack of processing caps just in case.
Yeah.
But that comes with camaraderie. That comes with respect. That comes with knowing that this is not a habit. So with that being said, you guys have to understand that your unpreparedness does not warrant
Urgency.
on my part.
Not at all.
And that does not, because you are unprepared and you come to try to borrow my things that could potentially make me unprepared. So sometimes you have to make sure you have all your ducks in a row. There's these little things that you can have. It's a notepad. It's a notepad. That's all you have to do is write down your little weekly list.
But in the days of you've got your cellular device in your hand every day, all you got to say is, Siri, can you make me a reminder? Because I know I do, because, honey, fog brain is it.
It's real.
But it helps me. I can write down and remind myself of what I need to do.
But it keeps you on track. It keeps you knowing what materials you need. If you're running low on something, go ahead and restock. Don't wait till you run out.
No.
That is the craziest thing you can do. If you know that you are a 1B girl, you got a lot of clients with that 1B, or you got a lot of clients with that 7cc, have some backed up. Quit buying stuff daily.
Man, that is into your bottom line.
It does.
When you continuously have to go to the hair store to keep buying just stuff daily, tubes of color daily.
You wasting gas.
You're wasting gas.
You're wasting time.
And hair stores actually give discounts when you buy hair
bulk.
in bulk. So you're cutting into your bottom line.
You are.
A little bit of a story time here, as we was talking about being prepared. You have to be prepared, because that one day that you feel like that you can call on that person and ask them for something, what you gonna do when they tell you no?
Yeah.
I recall I used to have a coworker, or a suite mate, so to speak, and almost every day that she came to work, you got some towels I can use? You got some towels I can use? And I'm sure I got a couple of towels. And one day I literally looked at her and said, no, I don't. And I felt like me having towels for you every day made you not be who you were supposed to be prepared for yourself. So at a certain point in time, if I feel like you are consistently leaning on me for what you need, I feel like I got to wean you off of me. So I will say no. And it's okay, because it doesn't fall back on me. It falls back on you not being prepared. So you have to tell your clients that you don't have towels. But that's part of professionalism as well. Being prepared for your clients. Be prepared for your week. If you know you got the same bread and butter clients every single week, you should absolutely know what it is that you need. So that takes me to something else. Having the bread and butter clients, part of the professionalism, but that's another topic. We'll talk about that. That's seasonal versus season. We'll talk about that later. So back to the lecture at hand. Professionalism. What else? The way you talk to your clients.
Absolutely. Talking, your attire. Listen, everybody has a different demographic of clients. Everybody does not cater to a certain demographic. However, when you are in a open concept salon, you are now catering to everybody.
Yes.
That's just what it is. That comes with the music that you play.
Oh my God.
That comes with the language that you use. And make no mistake, I will correct my client. But I don't have those type of clients that I have to correct. But I have had to correct other people's clients before. I have
check your tone.
What I have,
watch what you're saying.
My old lady gang.
Yeah, buddy,
on Friday
mornings.
My Friday morning old lady gang, baby. When I tell you everybody in this gang is 60 or better, up to 90 years old. Yeah. Yeah. They don't want to hear any type of profanity. They don't want to hear about your sexcapades. They don't want to see your butt cheeks hanging out, yours or your clients.
No, they don't.
So be mindful.
You got the old lady gang, the Silver Fox gang.
The Silver Fox gang, baby.
I got the a mixture of different type of the professionals.
You have a lot of professional clients.
So people not realizing that the professional clients, like what you talking about, yeah. it sets in them a different type of way.
It does. And all that is tied into being professional. Mm-hmm. You never know who is who and what avenues will be open and what doors will be closed for you.
You don't. So always try to carry yourself in a professional way when it comes to an open concept mixed salon. Like, you have no clue who could be sitting in my chair. I deal with doctors, lawyers,
therapists, educators,
and they just constantly taking everything in. The one thing that I've always tried to maintain in Therapy Studio is the fact that, I mean, we have fun. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
Baby, we could.
No, it's not dead and boring over here at all.
But
honey.
At the same time, we keep it on a level where everybody can
be comfortable
and engage. So, yeah. Something else that I've witnessed that's not really a good tactic for a professional.
What?
Talking bad about the client while they in the chair.
Oh.
I've experienced that.
Really?
I have actually experienced the stylist talking bad about the client's hair texture.
Oh, yeah.
Talking just like belittling them while they're in the chair. And it made me look at the client and be like, why the hell you still sitting there? Like, you are sitting here taking verbal abuse for somebody, but you paying for it.
I couldn't get the words out.
That don't make sense to me. So, like, if you, the stylist, yes, we have the ability to be able to pick and choose who we service. With you picking and choosing who you service, you shouldn't be bad-mouthing or belittling that client in the chair.
I mean, I don't think people understand that sometimes it takes women a lot of courage to decide. They know their hair's in bad shape. They know that. That's why they come to you. They know that. And you don't know what is going on in her personal life and their home life, what has caused their hair to be that way. Some people really suffer from serious, deep depression.
Absolutely.
And
the deeper they sink, the worse their hair gets. But they have no explanation as to what's going on. But you, as the professional, can help guide them through that.
That's it. Do not. Yeah, that's a huge one.
Yeah.
Because I've experienced it.
Yeah.
The not talking down on the client, but I've experienced a client who fell into a depression, who came to me, who I knew was nervous. I knew when we had the conversation, when we had the consultation. But that's another topic.
Consultation.
When we had the consultation, within her speaking to me, she was very timid. And I knew then that she had already felt bad about what I was about to get into. And I did not want to make it worse for her.
That's part of being a professional.
It is. So I literally let her know it is okay. We all fall short. It's okay. That's why I'm here. I got you. Sit back, relax, and we're going to take this ride together. And then from this moment forward, just let me guide you so that everything will be okay as far as your hair is concerned. Now, what caused you to get there, baby, I maybe I can help you. I don't know. But what I do know I can help is that head of hair. So just be mindful when you are speaking down, or when you're looking at someone's hair texture, or when you are looking at their hair, period. Like, some women truly have a hard time because they just do not know what to do. They don't.
Have no clue.
None. Some women really don't care at all. Some people really just need guidance. And that's what you are there for. So within that whole realm of not being verbally abusive to your clients, keep in mind that these people have lives outside of your chair, and don't make the situation worse for them. Because trust me when I tell you, it takes a lot of courage to go sit in somebody's chair that you do not know and trust that they will be good to you in your hair. Because we all know.
Listen.
How many times have you said, I don't want nobody else in my head?
I don't want nobody else in my head.
Exactly.
But if they're not giving and doing what they need to be doing, you always got to find somebody else.
You have
and
to.
enter into a whole new relationship.
Because that's what it is.
It's a relationship.
It's a relationship.
I think I tell anybody who sits in my chair, they're part of an exclusive club.
Yeah.
It is an exclusive club to sit in my chair. But we've developed relationships. And those relationships wouldn't cultivate if I was not a professional and willing to listen and not just do what I want to do. That's part of it too.
And then within our professionalism, can we please use professional products? Ooh. Ooh.
So I was making this
Ooh.
conversation. I started this conversation with my child last night. She asked me about how do you know color? And I told her, I said, well, me knowing color actually came from me being with an exclusive color line and being able to know the color line, the professional color line. So with that being said, using product lines that are number one conducive, meaning that they work, but also when you use a complete line, it's meant to give you optimal results. Now, I'm not saying that you can't pick and choose something from here to add in, but when you know the professional line that you're using front and back, it makes a hell of a difference. And I can say that coming from a place where I used to be a stylist that was all over. I think every line that has something to put out there, I had it on my station.
I think we are all guilty of that. As professionals and as consumers, you know, we are all over the place. YouTube University has definitely hindered and caused a lot of damage within the professional world.
Yes.
But that professional line and you being a professional, I feel like more than 80% of your product should be a professional line. So when your clients come to you, and we talking about bread and butter, they come to you literally for exclusivity. Sometimes out of pure convenience, sometimes because at this point I don't know where else to go.
Right.
But majority of them come to you because it's like a little club, right? So because I like to be good leader of my club, I like to have good product that 9 times out of 10 my clients cannot get anywhere else but from me.
You better say that.
We use it on the back bar and we use it for retail.
Use it
as a
behind
professional.
the chair.
Yes, behind back bar, behind the chair, and professional retail. You have to use a line that is conducive. Like, why are you using one thing at the salon and then letting your clients use another thing at home?
That's crazy work.
Y'all fighting against each other.
That's crazy.
That is the most insane thing I've ever heard.
No, that's dumb. That's dumb.
That you, because you really combating, and I don't think y'all understand that. If you, well, some of them aren't using professional products, so they wouldn't understand.
Listen, when clients ask me, well, what can I get over the counter? I don't know.
No, seriously.
I have no clue.
Yeah, when they like, well, I'm gonna go to Sally's. I don't know what's in there. I mean, every once in a while, I might run in and grab some gloves, maybe a comb. But as far as product there, I could not tell you what to get, what to use.
Nope.
Don't ask me because I truly do not know. And I'm not being smart. I'm not being funny. But when you start asking me about some of the lines that you guys spew out, I have no clue about these lines.
Can't tell you about none of them.
I can't. When they like, I use Miss Jackie's, or I use Miel, or I use Shea Moisture. I know nothing about those lines.
My suggestion is you get what I use. Point blank.
That's
period. Like, that's the only thing that I can really tell you about.
Yeah.
And at that point in time, it's not even about me selling it to you. It's about giving you something or making sure that you have something at home that works just like it does in the salon.
Yeah, something that I can stand behind. Something that I can say, well, I know what this product does. I know what's in this product.
But
I know how this product
job.
is supposed to be used. right? That's part of being
That is
professional.
part of my job as a professional.
Is to know
That's
the product.
what sets me apart.
Yeah.
I will set product in your hand while you're sitting in my chair so you can read it to know what you're using. I will educate the hell out of you from behind that chair so you'll know exactly what it is. But that is what sets you apart. When you know the product and you can speak on it in a way that you know it, that's professional.
So use professional
That's professional.
products. And also within being a professional, get some education. Don't let that state board test be the end all.
Because
It's not.
I mean, even down when you look at it, first of all, the state of Kentucky used to have continuing education hours. We had to get 6 CEUs every single year before we renewed our license every year. I miss that now because I feel like people in Kentucky, we're not on the same playing field, right? If you're not going to classes to keep updated on the newest trends, the newest product, how this works, how that works, we ain't even on the same playing field. Because one thing's for sure, two things for certain. We gonna go to some seminars. We're gonna go to some classes. We're gonna have discussions about, you see that new trend? Yeah, girl, I don't think I want to do it, but I'm gonna learn it.
I'ma
but
learn
I
it,
don't
yeah.
want to do it.
Yeah.
So anything that comes our way at this point, 17 years and 25 years, we have the liberty to pick and choose what we want to do, only because we've been so complacent, not really complacent, sorry, only because we've been so adamant about making sure that we keep we hold each other accountable.
We do.
And we hold ourselves accountable.
We do.
So get you some education.
And I don't, and no shade, because I understand some people don't travel, but we're not talking about just Cincinnati and Louisville. You got to go a little farther.
I mean, we do Bronner Brothers.
Bronner Brothers,
But here's
that's
the thing
a staple.
about Bronner.
It's a staple.
Here's the thing about Bronner. You're going to go to Bronner to party. You have to prioritize getting up and going to those classes. I've been to Bronner Brothers at least 2 or 3 times and never made it to a class once. But these last couple of times that I've did Bronner Brothers, I've always made sure that we branch off and that we go into our classes. Yeah. Last year our education was the Influence Symposium.
Virginia Beach.
Cold as all get out. But guess what? We did 6 classes.
We did.
We came back and we bought something into the salon that we were able to capitalize on.
And can't wait for the one this year.
September.
I actually enjoyed it. I definitely did. And then remember when my boy, I got my ticket. I was like, Mashawn, Greg Gilmore's having a class.
I still got the video where he said, "Hey, Mashawn,
baby, I'm going to see Greg," and I paid my little ticket. It was my first class going by myself, but I was determined because I just was fiending for education, and it was a haircutting class. Anybody knows me knows that I am moving towards all pixie,
left-handed bandit,
moving towards all pixie and micro locks. So when I was awarded that opportunity to go to that class in Charlotte, baby, pack the kids up. Thank God I got a brother in Charlotte. But baby, pack the kids up. We going to Charlotte. I got a class. Didn't think twice about it. Didn't care who could go with me. I was going to the class. And I mean, my girl loved her some Greg, so I had Greg give her a shout out. But when I tell you, education is key.
It is.
To being professional, staying professional, and staying up on the trends.
It is.
It is a huge thing, and I wish we would practice it a whole lot more. Being professional actually would keep your book full. Mm-hmm.
You better say that.
It would keep your book full.
You better say that because, yeah, it will.
And being professional also means knowing your timing.
One of the things when I started doing hair, or one of the things that I used to look at in the black salon when I was growing up and decided to do hair, was the fact that overbooking. The way clients feel about booking appointments with you, number one, that's their spot. And when you build a certain type of clientele, they actually look to you to come in every 3 to 6 weeks and say, "Girl, let me tell you what happened," or "Let me update you on this." And they don't want to do that with 4 or 5 other people sitting there. So what happens is you have to make sure that they're paying for your time. They're paying for your time and for your expertise and your skills. So you need to give them that solely. Make sure your clients have their time.
Quality over quantity.
You better say that.
Right.
And if y'all don't know what that means, then we can tell that this is what you need, because quality over quantity speaks a whole volume of everything. You could take that one quality client and think that you could make her get hair color, get an eyebrow wax. You need a deep condition today, a little steam treatment.
Building your ticket.
Build that ticket.
But that's another topic for another day.
That's what you do with your quality clients.
With your quality clients.
That's another topic. Because with that one, I know who. Yep. We're going to have somebody on for that one.
Build your ticket.
Building that ticket. You hear me? Yeah.
Just learn your timing. If you know that it takes you an hour and a half to do a silk press from start to finish, or 2 hours, depending on however you choose, to lay out your silk presses. Some people like to include certain things. Add that in your time. And some people prefer to blow dry from the jump with straight wet. Some people prefer to sit them under the dryer. Add that into your timing.
Know your time.
Please. That makes all the difference in the world. I have clients who have flat out told me, you need to charge me more because I'm in and out. I said, do what?
Make that a thing, please.
It blew me, right?
Convenience.
I have a lot of clients who work at the school system who come during their lunch break, monitors, who I only have this window, and they are in and out in that window.
Know your time.
Please know your timing. It makes people build their day around your timing. So to know that my appointment's at 10 o'clock and maybe at the latest 10:10 I'll be sitting in the chair. That's huge.
It's major.
Because they know if my appointment's at 10, at the latest, she might be running behind 10:10. I'm sitting in the chair. It only takes an hour to do my hair. I'm out of there by 11:10.
One of the things I tell new clients when I take them in consultations, they do kind of ask about, do you know about how long it's going to take? I look at them and they think that I'm playing, but I look at them and I tell them dead ass serious. I don't want you to be here no longer than you want to be here. I don't want to look at you no longer than you want to look at me. So with that being said, we're going to get up through.
Yeah, that gives me anxiety when clients are sitting around watching.
Yeah.
Because I wonder, I was on the other end at one point, right? And I've been anxious sitting in that chair wondering when it's going to be my turn. Yes, dang, I'm seeing her do all of this. When is it going to be my turn? I want to go.
I made myself a promise that I wouldn't be that person.
I did too.
I made that promise, and it was overbooking. That's the two promises I made myself when I graduated hair school. We ain't going to overbook.
And you're not going to sit all day.
I'm not going to take an excessive amount of time. Because the way my anxiety's set up, you got to go.
Yeah, it makes me nervous because then my intrusive thoughts win, and then I'm wondering what you thinking about me. Am I taking too long? Like, why is you
something about me?
Are you watching me because you enjoy
my art? Don't make eye contact and it'll go away.
That's what it is. Like, are you watching me because you enjoy my art? Or are you watching me because you want to know how long I got left?
Steering your look at me because you like how long I got to go. Yeah, I don't like that. So we make sure we don't do that.
Work on your timing. And for those of you who do use a booking site, when you list your services, make sure the timing is correct. Because when people go to book you, all that matters. Like, if I'm just going to use silk press because that's just the thing now. If your silk press is an hour and a half, make that time slot an hour and a half. Or if you know I'm going to shampoo them, give them a treatment, and then detangle them, and then twist them up and put them under the dryer, you know they have some dryer time.
So you can
bring somebody else in that moment.
Don't do that. Unless you're a seasoned stylist.
Unless you understand timing.
And you get that time, then yes, you can.
You have to understand timing.
But if you try to do that straight out, trust me,
you will be overwhelmed.
Yeah. Badly.
So know your timing. And even if you literally have to time yourself, if you know it's going to take you 45 minutes to flat twist somebody, if you know it takes you 30 minutes to do a haircut, if you know my steam treatments is 30 minutes, all that matters within being professional. That way you can plan your day, your clients can plan their day, and nobody is sitting around with idle time.
Keep it moving. All right now. Well,
professionalism.
What else we got to
is
add
key.
on professionalism? I can say this. Moving forward, the best way to gauge professionalism and to know if you're acting accordingly, treat people the way that you want to be treated. If you treat people behind your chair, if you treat people the way you would want to be treated as a consumer customer, you can't go wrong. Now, I say you can't go wrong, but if you're a little ratchet, you might.
Well, you know,
but you might have to sit back and do some self-evaluation at that point. But if you really proceed in life, not just the chair, in life, treating people the way you want to be treated, you cannot go wrong.
Right.
If you want to feel pampered when you sit down in the chair, make sure you pamper that client. Make sure you make that client feel, it's me and you, baby, what we doing.
Mm-hmm.
So just proceed on like that, and you cannot go wrong.
You have to understand that sometimes this hour and a half, 2 hours might be the only time that woman gets to herself, away from her family, away from her job, away from whatever. And within that time frame, she wants to relax, unwind, feel special, be pampered. Yes, ma'am.
And in that being said, let's also add, in that hour and a half to 2 hours of time, guess what your client don't want to hear? Unless she asks you intentionally, what's going on in your life?
Ooh.
I've known stylists to actually plague a client in the chair with everything that was negatively affecting them. Your client doesn't want that. And especially if you just decide to impose that on them, they definitely do not want that. So that's a part of professionalism too, being able to decipher what's for the salon and what's not. Everything ain't for the salon.
That reminds me of when I spoke to a well-known hairstylist when I decided to jump back in full time, and I had a conversation with her. We had a 45-minute conversation on the phone, and I'll never forget the first thing that she told me before we even had a conversation. She looked at me and she said, "Is your personal life together?" And I said, "What does that got to do with anything?"
A lot.
She said it has everything to do with it.
Does.
She said if your personal life is not in order, your salon life will not be in order. And I did not understand it in the beginning, right? Until something in my personal life happened, and I almost let it affect my salon life. Meaning, mentally, I was not at the salon when I needed to be. Meaning my clients was dumping on me. And I had my own stuff to take care of. And I would have to just drown them out. Yes, so when we say have your personal life in order, have it in order and leave it on the outside of that door. Don't ever bring it into the salon with you.
Do not.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
It can cloud every decision that you make in the salon. You need to be able to make sound decisions, whether it's you putting that 1B on somebody's hair that wants to be a 7C or whatever the situation you may be. Let that relaxer. You don't want to bring your personal life into the salon because it can cloud everything.
It can ruin you.
With your little boyfriends, you know, you just can't. There's no place for it in a professional setting.
It's not.
Point blank, plain and simple.
So,
yep.
You got anything
now
else?
Listen, we can only touch on these little topics that we come into. None of this is scripted. It's not prompted. So when it comes to our heads, that's when we talk to you.
It's off
so
the dome.
If we bring up points of interest about professionalism throughout the series, it came to our head.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and kind of wrap up our professionalism topic today.
And I'm sure we will touch on it throughout.
You better know it.
things that hit us, and we'll just throw it out there.
We will make some notes, but but this is what the things that stood out the most to us that we have discussed and experienced in a salon setting, and we want to make sure that you all don't make the same mistakes that we've seen other people do. So, with that being said, y'all, this is Michonne Carter Fogle
and Eureka Edison.
This is the Give Back. Be with us. Look for us on our next episode. Dropping soon. We'll keep y'all in tune, and you'll know when we out.
Have a good one, guys.
Have a good one.